I'm great. How are you?
Doing great. I've actually been trying to interview you for a couple years now, so
Oh,
it's great.
really?
Yeah, it's great that we're able to do it. I've been following you on YouTube for a bit. I loved your coming out video. So powerful and
Oh,
so
thank you.
simple. Which I think it's really important that we normalize something as normal as coming out.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that really caught my attention. And now you've officially relocated to LA. You're in the vault, which is
Yes.
so cool. I'm so jealous. Like I can already just see in the background how amazing this house is.
Oh, yeah, the house is extremely nice. I love it here.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And a lot of content houses have been popping up, especially in LA over
Mhm.
the past few months. And sometimes you might get invited to a bunch, or you'll just, you really have to evaluate which one you want to be a part of. So
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
Oh, go ahead. What?
One thing I liked about the vault that's separated from the differences, like between others, because I did get asked to join a couple different houses. Is like we are actually like, diverse and like content and like people and like what we do, but we all mesh really well, so that's good.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my question, and you just answered it. Great job, great job. I think, I think it's important to have diversity in everything, including the entertainment industry.
Yeah,
And
exactly. It's good to have like representation. That's why also why one of the reasons why I'm super open about my sexuality, just having that representation put out there for anybody who needs it.
yes, oh my gosh, music to my ears. I love it. I love it. And there's a lot of benefits to being a part of a content house besides the obvious
Yeah.
ones that we might think of. Like, yeah, you get to be with your friends. You're always, collaborating and whatnot. But is there anything like, not necessarily a secret, but anything that you were like, oh wow, here's another benefit that I didn't already think would be a benefit, if that makes
I
sense?
think it's like never a dull moment. Like there's always something going on or someone's doing something, and as long with like as well with that, having like so many people in the house, it's like like you always have somebody to go to and like turn to if like you're sad or if you need advice on something. It's not just calling a friend, and it's like they know what's going on in your life because we're around each other all the time. So we're there for each other, which is really nice.
I love that. It's so important to have, these strong bonds, especially during this quarantine.
Oh
For a
yeah,
lot of people who live alone, they only have the option of FaceTiming or whatnot. But you are all quarantining together, so to speak, so you can all still be there for each other, which
yeah, it's
is very
nice. That makes
powerful.
quarantine a lot more fun.
Yeah, definitely. And what I like also about the vault is you all kind of do different things. Like I mentioned, I found you on YouTube, but you were also on TikTok and Instagram. And there's some members who, are really focused on TikTok, some on YouTube, some on music. So, how have you been introduced to the many different ways someone can even be considered an online creator?
There's like I think there's just honestly endless ways. Like there's a niche for like everything. There's a community to watch, gaming, beauty, unboxing videos. There's like quite literally everything. Even like from like simple videos that you'd think like who's gonna watch that, but like there is always like a community for whatever you're doing.
Hmm.
So that's why I always encourage people when they're say if they want to become a content creator, I always say just like be yourself and like do what you like to do, because like no matter what, like you can make it, even if you're doing crocheting or something, make it funny or make it you.
Yeah, exactly. Like the DIY channels are some of the biggest ones. And I'm sure
Yeah,
people who started that were like, this is just for a few random people who want to learn how to do this project. But now they have millions of
yeah,
subscribers.
and like look at that the little kid, I forgot his channel name, but he does the toy unboxing,
Oh,
and they
Ryan Toys Review.
yeah, and they just started that for fun, and now it's like a whole job thing for him and his parents.
Yeah, the entire family. It's just, it shows the power of online content. And unfortunately, um, I've worked in this business a long time. That's not the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is coming, is the fact that some people still just don't see the power of YouTube or the power of TikTok, and they just feel like it's, just for fun. And while it is just for fun, you guys work so hard, and I wish
Yeah.
everyone could see that. So maybe do you want to elaborate on that? I know unfortunately there's
It's
still
like I think
stigma.
the one thing people like kind of forget to like differ from like being like doing a regular job like a 9 to 5 into this is like yes, certain aspects of it might be more fun or enjoyable, but then there's also like the fact of like I work 24/7. Like like this is my life. Like I share my life. Like it's
Hmm.
not like I'm not like clocking out. It's like I don't stop being famous on social media once I'm like done. It's a constant thing, and you do sacrifice your privacy when it comes to it. That was like a big thing for me that I had to get used to when like doing YouTube. I started blowing up on YouTube, and some people were being a little bit too much like invasive, and it like really like kind of off put me. And I was like, whoa, like people are like, how are they finding this stuff out? Like I don't even know where. I mean, I didn't even know this about myself, and like stuff like that. And also as well, like comes like along with it, which I think it's fair enough, but it comes, responsibility because you have this platform, and like whether you like to acknowledge it or not, like you're influencing like people and they look up to you. So like I think everybody should aim to be a person to be able to be looked up to.
Exactly. And it's also hard because part of your job, so to speak, is being a public figure. And I don't put jobs in quotes in like a
Yeah.
condescending way. I hope you know that. I'm just saying
Oh
like
no.
it is,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, because like I do YouTube myself, so that's the farthest thing from what I mean. It's more just it's almost like weird to think of part of your job is showcasing your life in some private part. So, it is hard because you obviously want to be vulnerable online, but you do also want to keep some things to yourself. So, have you been able to navigate that balance, or is it still a process?
Yeah, I think now I've navigated it pretty well. Because I said I did have an issue back in the day for a sec, kind of like where I kind of like was absent from everything, and I'm still like in the process of making like that merge back into it as much, just because it did get overwhelming to the point where I had to like, okay, rethink like what I'm sharing, how much I'm sharing, and like I think one thing is like I used to be really impulsive and not
Mhm.
like think about like, okay, if I tweet this, this is gonna happen from it. Like like so I would be, say upset or something about something, and I would just go and tweet, and then it would cause this whole thing and cause it to be a whole like big thing, and so I definitely had to learn the lesson on that one.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I, even if I'm angry or even if I'm happy, I'll tweet something or post it on Instagram. And I've also had to learn to take that step back. So you're not alone. And unfortunately, it sometimes does backfire. People take,
Usually get to.
yeah, people just like will tear apart anything you say and like analyze it. I'm like, this is not English class.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
totally feel you there. And being in the vault, I also think that being in the vault and just being in LA does provide a lot of opportunities. So
Oh
I'm
yeah, absolutely.
wondering, you're in West Hollywood, which is my favorite part of LA. I love it there so
Me
much.
too.
I go to all the drag shows, so I love it
Oh,
so.
I've gone to so many of them. They're so fun.
They're so fun, right? Wait, who's your favorite drag queen?
I honestly don't have a favorite.
Just all of them.
I just like the whole like just the act of like doing it in general. Like I'll just go to random shows. Like before quarantine and stuff, me and my friends would always go, and just go to random shows. Didn't matter who's like there, just to kind of go out.
Yeah, it's so fun, and I love that about West Hollywood. But have you been able to explore any other parts of LA, or because most is shut down, are you still kind of
I
getting
mean,
out?
I've been out here for a long time now. So before this, I was in North Hollywood,
Oh,
and then
okay.
before that, I was in near like Six Flags area.
Oh yeah,
Let's
way up
say up
there.
there, and then before that, I was in Echo Park. Um, and so yeah, I kind of like have seen all parts of LA, to be honest. Um, I really like the hills and stuff. It's not fun to navigate through, but
No, and there's no service, so if you're lost, you're kind of
yeah,
screwed.
if you get Ubers up there, it's like a good luck situation getting them back down.
Yes,
Um, I like Malibu. I think one of my favorite areas in like West Hollywood area is definitely Malibu.
Malibu is so pretty.
Yeah,
So
I like the beachy vibes. It's very laid back. I
yeah.
like it.
Yeah, Malibu, Santa Monica, all those beach areas are so pretty, and it's nice because it doesn't feel like LA. So, sometimes we can get like stuck in LA and have that feeling of like cabin fever. So it's great to get out to the beach. At least for me, that's how I am. Um, and you've already worked with so many amazing brands, either just on your side, or on your own, I mean, or through the vault. So I'm wondering what's your dream brand to work with?
Ooh, I think it would have to be because like I'm big into fashion, so it'd probably be like one of the bigger designers. I think probably Gucci would be like that would be like absolutely insane. Um, Any designer brand would like that would be honestly crazy to like collaborate with or like do anything for.
I see it happening. I can envision it now. I really can't. No, I actually did want to touch on your sense of style. It's so, so, so good. Like,
Thank
I
you.
wish I could dress like you, but I just can't. I like
Oh, you can.
so basic. I use like two brands because they always fit right. But for anyone else maybe who would like some fashion tips that they can actually apply, unlike me, do you want to just give what's your number one fashion tip?
I think the biggest thing is just be confident with whatever you're wearing, because that like shows through in how you like are. Because it doesn't matter what you're wearing, as long as you're like confident that you're like, okay, I look good, or like I feel good. Then like you could be wearing one bow ribbon, and everybody like just matters on how you present it. I think.
Yeah. No, I love that. My signature is glitter, although you probably can't see
I
it
can
that
see it. I
you
can
can
see it.
see it? Okay, cool. Sometimes it doesn't come through on camera and it's like, okay, wow, I did this for nothing, but I'm glad it came through. This is tame. I normally do like 5 different colors and put on my lips, on my
Okay.
cheeks. So
Love
very,
a glitter
very
moment.
intense. It's a new skill I've tried to pick up during quarantine. Speaking of that, have you picked up on any new skills in quarantine, either on a different social media app or just in general? Any fun hobbies?
I started to get back into art again. And songwriting. So that was fun. Just because I think beforehand I was just like so busy traveling or like getting pulled left and right, um, that I never really got time to like sit down because like drawing and like painting requires a lot of like time and patience
Yeah, it does.
because it's not a thing that you can just do in like an hour or 20 minutes. It's a process, so you got to make time for it. But I've definitely like been happy getting back to that. Other than that, just been chilling.
Yeah, yeah. What type of art do you like to do? Like self-portraits, portraits?
I like realism.
Oh, okay.
Like I like that a lot. Uh, I don't. I like drawing like people and eyes and lip, like just certain parts of people as well. I don't really like landscapes or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's so, so cool. I used to like pop art, but then I realized that's the only thing I could do. But I've always been like super into artwork, and just like following all those like art pages online, like who do the celebrity portraits, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
how is this real? You know? So
yeah.
very,
I'm an art nerd, so
I love that. Have you been able to go to any of the art museums in LA? LACMA?
yeah, yeah. No, I've gone to every single one, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I like I forgot what it's called. It's right downtown LA, but it has like the immersive experiences where it's like an installation that an artist did. That it's like kind of an experience, and that's like the art as well. I
I know
forgot what.
what you're talking about, but I also don't remember the name, but I
Yeah, I
do know
know
what you're
what you
talking about.
mean. I went there like last year.
Oh, nice.
I can like not for the life of me figure out the name.
And you're gonna remember it after this interview because that's how it
Yeah,
always
no, it'll
goes.
be in like 30 minutes. I'll be like, gosh, dang it, that was it. That's the one.
Yeah, or I'll remember it and I'll be like, shoot, I wish I'd remembered. But it's all good. I know what you're talking about, so that's a
Okay,
step in the right
that's the most important part.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to what we were talking about earlier, how I discovered you on YouTube. I know you haven't posted on that channel in a bit, but you have posted to your Vivo. You're working. You released some music. Can we expect any more music in the future?
Yes, definitely. I'm working on two songs right now. And then me and Bryce Xavier, he's a part of that vault as well. I believe we're gonna be releasing something that's like with us too.
Oh,
So
wow. Very, very cool. And would you say your process for songwriting has evolved over the past few years, or have
oh,
you always kind of
yeah,
stuck to something?
definitely. I mean, like like what I've always done, and I still do randomly is like because I forget things easily. So like if I think of like a catchy lyric or a chorus even, or honestly anything, or just an idea for a song, like a storyline, I'll just go and open my notes and just put it down. And that way, when I go like sit down to actually come up with a song and start one, I can go and like pick through the stuff I've like thought of like randomly and like the piece together, or just like use like certain parts of it for lyrics, and just stuff like that.
It's very smart because I can only imagine if you thought of either a melody or a lyric and then forget it and you're like, wow.
Yeah, no, since sometimes as well, I'll do voice memo of like the melody, because
Oh,
that's like the hard part. Like lyrics sometimes are easier, but melodies are like they're easy to forget as soon as you
yeah.
hear another one.
Oh, that's so true. That's so smart. It's so crazy to me still, and I know I'm like I shouldn't be shocked because I'm a millennial, but how much like our phones can do.
Oh yeah,
Like the fact that you can like do that, I don't know. I'm weird. I'm like an old soul and I'm still so impressed by like all these things and everyone else might just like, yeah, what did you expect? It's like we're in the age of digital media and I'm like, I know,
yeah,
but still
everything's
it's
digital
so
now.
cool. Yeah. I mean this interview's digital, so that in and of
Quite
itself is
literally, yeah.
so cool to me because I used to only do interviews in person and then I finally caved because I didn't have a choice. I either would stop like producing anything or switch to virtual, but I actually like them and it
Yeah,
shows.
I think everybody's had to adjust their whatever they're doing in order for like COVID and quarantining. So I think we're all in this together. Lots
Yeah.
of
High
everybody.
School Musical.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, High School Musical. I big High School Musical fan as well. Big Disney fan. I've been watching a lot of Disney Plus during
Oh yeah,
quarantine.
I have Disney Plus. I was just watching that 2 nights ago.
Oh my gosh, it's the best. It's really the best. Zach and Cody is still my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's always been my favorite.
Yeah,
Um,
and on deck. I just love Cole and Dylan Sprouse. They've been my celebrity crush since I was 10, so I'm a bit biased, but it's
I
also
think
a great show.
everybody had a crush on them at one point.
Yeah, and some people like me still do. It hasn't faded away, but you know what? That's okay. So I just had a couple more questions for you. I want to first of all, again, thank you for doing this interview with me. It was
Of course,
so fun.
thank you for asking me.
Oh, of course, of course. If you just want to give all your social media links, I know you're all over the place, and sometimes people might see a fan page, think it's you. So just so we have it on record.
So my Instagram, most of my stuff is my TikTok and Instagram are Jackson_Krecioch, and I know that's hard to say or spell, so it's Krecioch. A lot of people struggle with my last name,
Yeah.
and then my Twitter handle is JacksonXKREC, and then my Snapchat is just my name, Jackson Krecioch.
Perfect. So easy. I always make this joke. Do you have MySpace? I'm just
I
kidding.
actually never even had MySpace back in the day.
I know, me
I
either.
remember.
It was popular until I was maybe 15 and I wasn't even allowed to, but
Yeah, no,
it
that's I
brought
wish
back.
wasn't allowed to. Like I knew about it. I wasn't even allowed to have Facebook till I was in 8th grade.
Same. I thought my parents were so strict, but I guess I'm not the only one.
Yeah, no, I wasn't allowed to. But and then when they first allowed me, I kept posting like a bunch of stuff like just random, and they were like, "Okay, you need to stop like this." I would just like randomly like, "My mom's so mean." She was mad, and she was like, "Yeah, you gotta take your login away."
That's amazing. No, I feel it. I had to give my parents my password and I posted some really cringy stuff on there. So I feel you.
Yeah, I hope nobody. I think my old Facebook got deactivated, hopefully,
Oh,
because it was
darn.
old. So
Well,
I
if it's not, I'm gonna go look and then you have like 10 minutes
oh
after
no.
this interview to go deactivate it. No, I'm just
Or
kidding.
most of the pages on Facebook of me are not me.
That is good to know.
I couldn't find any like I tried to look for my old account to like look for like throwback pictures, um, but I genuinely could only find like fake ones.
Posers, please stop. It's so mean.
Yeah, it is.
And it's really unnecessary.
But
Then
yeah, it can get me in trouble because I remember one time someone was like, "Why'd you put that on your Facebook? Like that's so mean of you." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Why are you saying that stuff about this person?" I was like, "That's not me."
oh my
Like,
gosh, that's the worst. I'm so sorry.
yeah, it's interesting.
It's, it makes for a good laugh maybe, but still,
Yeah.
guys, please take those pages down. Stop catfishing. I know it's a great show, so entertaining, but let's not do it, okay?
Speak to the show.
Awesome. Well, Jackson, thank you again so much. When it's safe, I'd love, love, love to speak with you in person. We can do a little cute chat over coffee, because I'm sure by then you'll have many more updates for me.
Oh yeah, we're already in the works.
Yay.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much for having me.
Of course, of course.